basically, this piece is it's built into a series of existing fair walls, and the walls each are sort of stacked. And what happens when you walk up to it is that you can, actually you have to have a certain viewing distance, because it's a large-scale periscope that allows you to see both through it and into a space that's sort of nestled in the upper part of the piece. So, for example, if I'm standing here and I look from here into the piece, from the bottom aperture, I'm seeing what is above, and through the center aperture, I'm seeing into the space underneath that bottom room, or that upper room, rather. So, when you get closer to the piece, you'll notice there's no barrier here, but it sort of defines the plane of the wall as like a picture plane. And here, you have two mirrors. This is at 40 degrees and this is at 45 because of the height, or the viewing height of standard eye line, basically, of the viewer. And so this way, the 40-degree mirror reflects off the 45-degree mirror through the center sight line and shows you, or exposes, people's legs above. Yeah, but the problem is you don't see. And if you look directly ahead, you'll see through into another adjacent gallery, which is in the foreground. So that's what you're seeing. Okay, so I'm going to talk about what's happening up here. Basically, I am in the room upstairs from the video camera, and what happens is the light will bounce through the bottom opening that the video camera is filming through and up to a mirror that's actually upstairs, and will reflect then out into a platform space where the ground level is about here, which probably looks totally different to you than it looks to me, because it is reflected doubly. But what it means is that if I stand up, you see, from my waist down, and because I am in an elevated space, if I am actually looking out behind me, you will see a hopefully semi-invasive or voyeuristic glimpse of my lower body. And the other thing is that this entire top space is not covered, which allows the viewer to then not only look down through this large periscope structure and out the other side, but also out onto the entire fair. And what's also happening in the video camera, which is invisible to us, is that the people standing on the far side of this large-scale aperture are looking underneath everyone upstairs, which is all the people who seem to be involved in this film, and they are looking through a hole which passes underneath our floor and into a gallery beyond.
Okay, my name is Stefan from Bartha. I'm working for the Bartha Gallery in Basel, and we are one of the exhibiting galleries of the piece by Sarah Oppenheimer.
And my name is Duve. I'm running Duve Berlin, and I'm also part of this group project for Art Unlimited.
Next to the gallery, Annely Juda Fine Art in London and
P.P.O.W. New York.
So we are 4 galleries who made this piece possible. We are all working with Sarah. And we had this idea last year to do a project for Art Unlimited, or to try to be showing a project for Art Unlimited. And actually this piece that you see here in the back was kind of the most difficult piece we have done so far, one could say. And it is based on the idea of the piece which Alex has been shown in his gallery. In a show. When was the show?
The show was last October. We showed a smaller piece, also a periscope with 2 mirrors, which was the first time that Sarah used mirrors in her holes, and this time, of course, for Art Unlimited, we increased the size.
Just a tiny little bit. Yeah.
A little bit. But well, the show started like actually the first time that Sarah did a piece with periscopes in October 2008, and this is the next step forward. Actually, it's a little evolution of the last piece.
And this piece actually took us about four months of detailed planning, and certain parts of the piece have been produced in Switzerland, certain pieces have been produced in Ohio, and most of the detail work has been done in New York. Afterwards, all the different pieces have been shipped to Basel, and we actually did the pre-mock-up, as one said, in our gallery in Basel, which actually took us a whole month, and afterwards we installed the piece at the fair, which one can say was quite a hell of a job, but it ended up being very nice, and I like it very much.
And I think like it's the only interactive sculpture here at Art Unlimited, and I think like it's a big joy for the people to walk around it. Like this is a sculpture where you can walk through the sculpture, and that is also, I think, very unique for Art Unlimited. So it's a really interactive work.
And just one last thing which I want to mention is that what is actually very interesting about Sarah's work is that the sculpture itself also takes part in the empty spot, which is actually very, very nice with this piece, that you have this effect of the mirrors, you have these see-throughs, which always create space and are also part of the sculpture, which I think is rather outstanding, and you could really call it a new way of sculptural art.
It is a fusion of art, design and architecture.